guys, welcome to my channel.
Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel, and today I am talking about self-love, and today marks the day of me being single for 1 year. And I know it's not something to celebrate, but it will make sense in the in the in the video. I will talk about it. I will explain why it's very important to me. So disclaimer, I know I am not famous or popular or anywhere from that to talk about self-love or to make an impact or something, but I just want to make this video to share about my experience on self-love and how it impact my life in a really healthy way possible. So I am not here to talk about any hate, to bash someone, to talk about any toxicity or anything negative. I am not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about myself. So everything that I'm going to talk about today is all about me and no one else. So yeah. I just want you guys to enjoy, and I just hope that even if I am just me, if this video does not get any views, I don't mind, because at least I get to vocalize all of my experience, and I want to just share. And if it reaches out to other people and to you, and just know that I love you and you are loved, you are beautiful, you are appreciated, you're everything. Like, don't compare yourself to anyone out there. And even if you're struggling with self-love, I hope this helps. But yeah, you are loved and I love you. Even if I don't know you, just know that you are loved, so loved. And yeah, all I just want to say is you are loved. So yeah, anyways, okay, let's start with the video. So, backstory about my life. It all connects to how or why I am now single. So, all my life, I've been in a relationship. I never got time for myself or even know how to live without a guy. I always have been in a relationship. So all in all, I have 3 exes. For example, every time I go through a breakup, I will always tend to be in a relationship after a day or a week, or not even like giving myself to heal or to think or to give myself time. I will always try to find a guy just to date. Like, I don't know how to live without a guy. So that's how I was before, to the point that I don't even know who I was. I don't even know who I truly am. So imagine, from all of those years, 2013, 14 to 2022, I've been in a relationship. I never took any break. I never took the time to heal. I never took the time to think about myself, to give myself love, to give myself attention. No, guys, like 0%. My mind was always filled with, I will only find content and happiness if I am with a guy. My mind was so toxic, and how I never thought of myself at all. It's always a guy, happiness from a guy, and all that. So it's always filled with that. So then, with that span of years, I did go through a breakup. So for like 10 months, I believe, because we broke up around March and then got back on 2020 January. So 2019 of March and then 2020 of January. So I think it's 10 months or 9, I'm not sure, but you guys do the calculation. With that 10 month of being single, I took it in a very unhealthy way. Just like what I have mentioned, I would look for guys to talk to mingle with, and then I even couldn't give up on my ex. So it makes sense why we got back. And then if I couldn't find a guy to content myself or happiness or whatever, I would just fall back or go back to my ex because I just knew that he was my safe place and I still loved him. We still loved each other. We still cared for each other. But then that was my mindset before, was to always find a guy. And so with that 10-year mark of being single, I never gave myself the attention I needed to heal, to love myself, to give myself respect, to give myself time. So yes, I did not care about myself at all, because yes, that was my mindset, was to always find a guy and to find content from a guy. So yeah, that's how I was before. And so 2020 January, my ex and I got back together, and when we got back together, it was all healthy, a healthy relationship. It was everything I needed. I was so happy. It was good love, and I found my peace. So then COVID came, of course, March. So that's when it started to become ruined in some way, because my love language is physical love, or physical touch, physical love, and his as well. So it was kind of hard. And then October of 2020, I came here in Philippines, because back then I was in Dubai. So 2020, I arrived here in Philippines, and our relationship for 2 years was long distance. So keep in mind, him and I were in a relationship since 2016, and then broke up on 2019, got back on 2020, then broke up 2022. So basically it was 5 years of relationship. And that's when it all started to all fall down, when we broke up. But not really. How I took the breakup. Of course, I was hurt. I was unwell. I was in pain. I was suffering. I was not okay. I was in my worst time. I was at my lowest. Because, like what I said, guys, I find my happiness, I find content, I find ability to love, all just for a guy, just to make myself happy. And so it all came back to me again, saying, oh, I'm going through a breakup with the same guy. And I was just not myself at all. So the reason why I felt more in pain this time was because he broke up with me. And I forgot to mention, I am more of a heartbreaker. So I am the first one to break up with someone, even though it clashes, because I find content with someone, but then I find happiness with someone else, but then I tend to break up with them. So what a weird self, oh my gosh. But don't worry, I'm not like that anymore. So yeah, and then he broke up with me, and that tore me apart, because you know what they say, that whenever the decision is mutual, the harder it is for you to move on, because there's nothing to be mad about at all. And so it was just so, hard for me to think that, oh my gosh, I still have those strong feelings. Like, how can I let go of this person when there's nothing to be mad about? I went through that pain for 1 to 2 weeks, and I was just going through my grieving, what's that word? what's that word? Stage. Grieving stage. I was crying a lot. I was not eating well. I wasn't myself. I was just, you know, I locked myself up to the point that I just needed that space. Like, I didn't want to talk to anyone. I didn't want anyone's attention. I just wanted my own space, no one to talk to me. And I even asked my friends that I want to go through this alone. I just want to feel the pain, feel the grieving stage, and I want to just let it all out, all to myself. So that's what I was, or how I was. And from that span of 2 weeks, I told myself after, like, to think positive, because I am a believer in God. God was always in my mind and in my heart, that He made me feel like everything was meant to happen. Everything happens for a reason. It is what it is, and all that. Like, I was so positive, and even if I was really hurt, I tend to just keep everything positive and take things positive, because I just want to do what was opposite of what I did back in 2019. So yeah, that's all what I wanted to do for myself. So I accepted the pain, and I accepted what was happening, like, because in my head, that's when I knew He did all these for a reason. And I just wanted to keep in mind, or to myself, that it's okay to feel this way, and to go through another stage in life where I am going to be much more better. You know, that's when I started to think, like, maybe this is what God was telling me. Maybe He's not the one for you. Maybe He has other plans for me in the future. Or, you know, something, all of those thoughts I had in my mind, that maybe this, maybe that. It just all became thoughts in my head, like, okay, so this is it. This is what God is telling me, like, this is the end of the chapter in my life that I have already experienced. I have already, like, knew what I want in a relationship and what I don't want in a relationship. It's time for me to move on from this chapter. And so, yeah. So how I moved on? Well, like what I've said earlier, I let myself feel the pain. I let myself grieve. I let myself cry, and let all those feelings out. Allow yourself to cry. Allow yourself to feel the pain. Don't avoid the pain at all. That's what I did. I didn't avoid the pain. Whatever I felt that day, or how I felt that time, I'll just let it all out. I will not tell myself, don't cry, I don't want to cry, or I will just suddenly sleep away the pain, or I will just ignore the fact that I'm in pain. I never did that. I let it all out, to the point that I was ready to talk to my friends. I was ready to open up. I was ready to tell them my feelings, what was the reason of the breakup. I just needed, like, to let all out as well to my friends. So I did. And one advice that stuck to me was by my friend Trisha. Actually, to correct myself, two advices. My friend Trisha, she gave an advice. She said, your whole life you've been in relationship, and you've always given all your love to a guy. You never gave that to yourself ever. So why not this time? You do it for yourself. You love yourself. Learn to love yourself. Give yourself the attention. Give yourself time. Give yourself the love you need. Give it all to yourself. this time. So I was like, true. Like, oh my gosh, that is so true. That is so true. Instead of that advice hurting me, I was like, wow, my mind was blown. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so true. Like, my whole life, I've always been in a relationship. So I did her advice. And I took the time off social media for 1 month. And I was still going through pain, of course. And there is this also one friend that stood by me throughout the whole process or my lowest times is my friend Clara. And I appreciate her a lot because she was the person that I talked to every day. I would journal my feelings to her, and I would also journal my feelings down on a book, on a diary, or my phone, on notes or something like that, you know. I'll just journal everything down and tell her everything and how I felt and my day-to-day life. Like, I'll tell her what I was doing, what I did, how I felt, did I cry, was I sad, did I miss him, or something like that. Like, she was the person I talked to every day. And she's still my friend now because, you know, what I've been through, she's always there for me. And I cannot let go of a friend like that. So she gave advices. She was there to listen, and I was also there for her as well. Like, she was also going to her own, so I also, you know, was there for her, so vice versa. And I want to cry because I am so appreciative of my friends. Don't cry, Kyla. So appreciative. Like, without them, I don't know where I will be now because they have stuck to my life for so long, and I appreciate how much love they give me, to the point that now that I've let all my feelings out to my friends and the grief is all out, I started to do things that was out of my comfort zone. My mind was like, I wanna be out. I wanna not look for any guys, but for me to experience life again on my own. Scratch everything on my bucket list that is with my ex, because my whole bucket list was always with a guy, a guy, a guy, a guy, a guy. Oh my gosh. And so this time I scratched everything out. I put like all of the things that I want to do that involves only myself. I wanted to enjoy the moment, the present, and I just wanted to experience what I am seeing, what I am experiencing. It's all in the present. So that's how my mind was. And it all helped because I started to see things in a very positive way. So, for example, if I tend to get hurt again, I'll take it in a positive way. Like, okay, this is the advice that Clara told me, was like, it's okay to go back to zero again, because once you are okay, you are much more stronger. And I always had in my head, so it made me think the positive way. Like, if I am sad again, then at least now I know that I know how to make myself much better, to make myself feel much more better. Just take everything positive, not in a negative way. That was out of my dictionary. So all that I want was for myself to be happy again, not because of a guy, but because of myself and seeing, just only being with my friends and family. After a month of out of social media, I started to see everything that's in front of me. I don't stick to my phone. My only usage of phone was YouTube, Netflix, chatting with my friends to open up about my feelings. So I just wanted to give myself time and to heal. So I lived without a phone for 1 month, and it was so healthy for me, for my mind. I overthink a lot. I really gave myself time to relax, to heal, and then I started to know my worth. And that's the very, very, very first time I knew how it felt, it opened my eyes to know what I now want for myself in a relationship or myself. And I started to see and learn who I was becoming, especially allowing myself to love myself and to give myself the attention I needed. That's how I moved on from my ex, from a 5-year relationship. So, how I am now. I am happy, I am blessed, I am loved, and I am contented. And I am proud of myself. That's how I am now. It's because I finally found who I am and who I have become, and what I have learned about myself is now showing because of taking things all positively with no any negativity in my mind at all. And yeah, I am very proud of myself. And just a little thing to share. I literally can live without a guy. Like presently talking, I'm not even talking to a guy and I am happy myself. My dating life, I'll share a bit. I have talked to guys, but I now have higher standards, and so I am single by choice, and I am not looking for a relationship. Now that my standards are higher, I take myself time to wait for the right guy. Is that the right way to say? Like the right man, the man of my dreams, the man that I am praying for. I am not going to search for that because I know that God is going to give me that when I am fully ready. Now, I am not ready for that. I am going to enjoy more of my single life and I'm not ready to commit. Wow, that's so amazing to hear from me, knowing myself that I always find happiness in guys. So yes, that's how I am now. Is I find myself more happy now, and with my life now, especially with my friends, with my family, they make me happy and for who I am today. And yes, learn to love yourself, guys, and learn to give yourself time and learn to respect yourself and to give yourself time you need for yourself. Self-care, self-love, we all women need that. We all strive to love ourselves. Like, I don't 100% love myself, guys. Of course, there are times that I would feel that I don't, but it's in a very different way now. So yes, I will for sure add more and say more if I have forgotten something. So you will see Kyla in the future adding up something again, because I know for sure that I am forgetting something. But if ever future Kyla that's editing, she'll foresay something good or say something that she forgot to say in this video. So hi. Thanks for editing, thanks for giving the time to edit this. Hey guys. So funny to say, while I was just removing my makeup, I realized that I did forget something. I forgot to say, and the reason I'm not ready to be in a relationship is because I have set my own goals and priorities now for myself that I want to achieve, and it's not the same as bucket list. It's more on growth. to achieve and for betterment for my future. So yeah, I know for sure I'll end up forgetting something again, but it is all gonna be a mystery. It's probably meant to not be mentioned in the video if I suddenly remember, but yeah, it's meant to be forgotten because it's meant to be not said in the video. Anyways, let's keep it as a mystery. You'll never know. Maybe it's not meant to say it now, but yeah, yes, I'm now removing my makeup, so bye guys, I love you all. Bye. So yeah, I don't mind how you guys will take this video, because all I just wanted to do is to share my experience and how I learned to love myself and to care about myself. So yeah, that's all. And yeah, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to end the video. So I love you guys. Remember, you are loved. And even if you don't know me, you are loved, and I care about you, and I believe in you, and I trust you. And yeah, I want to give you a big hug. And oh, I forgot to mention as well, in how I moved on is I kept myself very busy, and I worked out, and you know, like that, like that. Anyways, okay, bye guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video.
Anyways, I feel like I'm so